As a child of the 80s, one of the things that always fuels my nostalgia is the toys that brought our childhoods to life. It's so very true that they really don't make them like they used to. So let's have a look at some of the must-have toys from the 1980s. First up, we have Transformers. A line of toy robots that could change into an alternate form, vehicles such as cars and planes, miniature guns or cassettes, animals, even dinosaurs, by moving parts into other places. It was the first line of toys produced for the successful Transformers toy and entertainment franchise. The line was originally called the Transformers, with Generation 1 originating as a term coined by fans of the toys when the Transformers Generation 2 toy line was released in 1992. Hasbro eventually adopted the term Generation 1 or Gen 1 to refer to any toy produced in that era. When the toy line was released, it was supported by the Marvel Comics series, an animated television series, and a gamut of other merchandising tie-ins. The 1986 feature film, Transformers the Movie, generated over $5 million at the United States box office. Next, we have My Little Pony. The first incarnation of My Little Pony toy line by American toy company Hasbro began in 1982 as a successor of My Pretty Pony toys. It went on to expand into a media franchise, beginning with the airing of a 22-minute syndicated animated television series in 1984 in the United States. After the relative lack of success of the My Pretty Pony toy line, Hasbro introduced 6 smaller and colourful versions of the toy in 1982, sold under the title My Little Pony. The toy line led to an explosion of merchandise under the My Little Pony brand. The pony toys were followed by winged ponies, unicorn ponies, flutter ponies, and sea ponies, among others. Next up, Teddy Ruxpin. Teddy Ruxpin was an animatronic children's toy in the form of a creature which looks like a bear. The toy's mouth and eyes move while he reenacts stories played on an audio tape cassette deck built into its back. Later versions had a digital cartridge in place of a cassette. At the peak of its popularity, Teddy Ruxpin became the best-selling toy of 1985 and 1986. Remember Pound Puppies? Pound Puppies was a toy line that was created by Tonka in the 1980s. It later inspired an animated TV special, 2 animated TV series, and a feature film. Shipments of the toys over 5 years generated sales of $300 million in 35 different countries. The puppies were a variety of plush stuffed dog dolls with floppy ears and droopy eyes. They came in a variety of colours: grey, brown, white, some with spots. Each one came in a cardboard case shaped like a doghouse with an adoption certificate. The tagline was "Lovable, Huggable." Smaller versions were also created, approximately 5 inches, 13 centimeters long, and a line of cats called Pound Purries was also released. Each authentic toy puppy had a heart-shaped or a bone on the very first edition puppy's emblem near its tail that sported a PP logo with either a dog, puppies, or cat, Purries, peeking above it. Next up, we have He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Masters of the Universe made its debut in 1982, with each figure including a mini-comic to introduce the character to us. Mattel gave us 8 core figures in 1982, along with 2 vehicles, Battle Cat and one of the most iconic playsets in toy history, Castle Grayskull. Since its inception, Masters of the Universe has usually placed its focus on the 2 primary characters, the blonde, muscular He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe, and his nemesis, the evil, skull-faced, blue-skinned sorcerer, Skeletor, and their many moral-themed encounters on the planet Eternia. Set in a hybrid world of sword and sorcery and technological sci-fi, He-Man battles with Skeletor to prevent him from conquering Eternia and discovering the secrets of Castle Grayskull, a mysterious ancient fortress with a skull-shaped facade containing great power and magic. Next, Care Bears. Care Bears were multicoloured bears originally painted in 1981 by artist Elena Kucharik to be used on greeting cards from American Greetings. They were turned into plush teddy bears and featured in the Care Bears in the Land Without Feelings from 1983 and the Care Bears Battle the Freeze Machine in 1984, before headlining their own television series called Care Bears from 1985 to 1988. They also made multiple more feature films, including the Care Bears movie in 1985, the Care Bears Movie 2, A New Generation in 86, and the Care Bears Adventure in Wonderland in 1987. Each Care Bear was a different colour or shade and had a unique image on its stomach, referred to in various media as a belly badge or tummy symbol that represents its personality. In addition to the Care Bear family are the Care Bear cousins, which feature Braveheart Lion, Cozy Heart Penguin, Bright Heart Raccoon, Lotsa Heart Elephant, Gentle Heart Lamb, Loyal Heart Dog, Playful Heart Monkey, Proud Heart Cat, Swift Heart Rabbit, Treat Heart Pig, and Noble Heart Horse, created in the same style as the Care Bears. And next we have MASK. MASK, an acronym for Mobile Armoured Strike Command, is a media franchise created by Kenner. The main premise revolved around the fight between the protagonist Underground Task Force and the criminal organisation Venom, vicious, evil network of mayhem. After its initial launch in 1985, the franchise spawned a variety of products and presentations, including 4 series of action figures, an animated television series, video games, comics, and a live-action theatrical film currently in development by Hasbro Studios and Paramount. The Mask storyline ran from 1985 to 1988, releasing 4 official series through those years. Each series featured vehicles with hidden gimmicks designed to represent combat-ready forms. Most vehicles came with 1 or 2 drivers, and each character had a mask that was depicted in fiction as having a certain special ability. Next up, a toy that emerged at the very beginning of the decade, Big Trak. Big Trak is a programmable toy electric vehicle created by Milton Bradley in 1979, resembling a futuristic sci-fi tank or utility vehicle, possibly for use on the moon or a planetoid-style environment. The original Big Trak was a 6-wheeled or 2-wheel drive tank with a front-mounted blue photon beam headlamp and a keypad on top. The toy could remember up to 16 commands, which it then executed in sequence. There also was an optional cargo trailer accessory, with the UK version being white to match its colour scheme. Once hooked to the Big Trak, this trailer could be programmed to dump its payload. And our final inclusion for this first volume of 1980s Toys, one of the biggest franchises ever created, Star Wars. Between 1978 and 1985, Kenner produced and sold action figures based on the Star Wars franchise. From a line of over 100 unique toys, a total of more than 300 million units were sold during their original run. Star Wars was the first film to successfully license toys to consumers on a large scale. Kenner's action figure sales, along with dozens of similar licensing deals given to companies that sold everything from clothing to dog food, ultimately allowed George Lucas to finance the next 2 movie chapters of his saga, The Empire Strikes Back in 1980 and Return of the Jedi in 1983. The Star Wars action figures were plastic, usually smaller than 4 inches, and typically posable at 5 points on their bodies. But there are many differences and unique qualities in the individual figures that depart from these norms. Kenner's Star Wars action figures were produced along with vehicles and playsets based on the Star Wars movies. The majority of figures were packaged individually, attached to card backs in a plastic blister. Kenner's success with the Star Wars line motivated creators of other action-adventure movies to market their own action figure lines. And that concludes Toys of the 1980s Volume 1. I'll be back soon with the next compilation of fantastic toys that made our childhood so special and feed our nostalgia to this day. Lots more coming your way on this channel as well, as I explore all the things that made the world of a 70s baby, 80s kid so special. Thanks for watching.